Hold on, I'm getting this little error message here. Let's see. Hopefully we're good. Okay. All right, you guys, I really wanted to welcome you and say thank you so much for coming on the line tonight. And I just really appreciate you guys taking time to be here. I guarantee it will be very much worth your time. A lot of you guys I know, a lot of you guys I do not know, so I definitely look forward to connecting with you. So this is going to be just a lot of great information, and I went ahead and made this page just to say what this webinar is not, because like me, I'm sure a lot of you guys maybe have been on a lot of webinars, and sometimes they can be kind of boring. And I know I've been on several where it's just kind of a lot of the same old information and a lot of how-tos, do this, do that, do this, do that, just a lot of technical information. And so I wanted to do things a little differently tonight, which I tend to do things pretty differently. So what this webinar is I really tried to make it entertaining. You'll see as we go through these slides, I wanted to bring a smile to your face and make you laugh, all that kind of good stuff, and really make it inspiring and really give you a lot of why-tos, as opposed to just the how-tos. Because if you know me at all, you are very aware of the fact that it's not just about the hows that make things work. It really is so much deeper than that, and it really has a tremendous amount to do with the whys. So we're going to go into that tonight as well. So a lot of you guys, like I said, do know me, but some of you do not. And so I just wanted to start out by saying a little bit about me. I have been married for 10 years, and I am a mom of 5. Yes, 5. I always have to kind of, stop and repeat that because people are like, 5 kids? What are you, the Brady Bunch? But yes, as you can see down here below, my little awesome kiddos down here. This big guy right here is Michael. He is my stepson. He is 18 years old. Awesome kid. I've, been with him since he was 7 years old. Watch him grow up. Just a really, really good guy. Really just awesome kid. And then over here, where's my mouse? You can see these little bundles that I have here. And as you can see, we kind of have the little stepping stone thing going on. We have Alyse, who's 9, Simeon, who is 7, Jacoby, who is 5, and little Miss Tennille here, who will be 20 months this month. And they are just awesome. They're really, really incredible. And this is my husband, Eric. A lot of you guys know him, too. And I have been an entrepreneur for about 10 years. Went to school, went to college, was on the 6-year plan at college, decided, I went to school for biology, wanted to go to medical school, decided in my junior year of college that it would require way less partying to go to medical school, so I wasn't really ready to do that. So decided, well, grad school may be cool. Went to grad school for about a semester for environmental science. It just wasn't my thing. I'll leave it at that. And so just kind of, got in the working world, did the corporate thing, waited tables, did a lot of administrative stuff, had a couple sales jobs, and just never really found my thing. And so I became an entrepreneur pretty much when I met my husband. He kind of really opened that door to the entrepreneurial world for me, because when I met him, he was a very, very, very successful personal trainer, and I taught aerobics at the same gym where he owned a personal training business. So, I had been in health and fitness for about 20 years, started teaching aerobics in college, and I loved it. I would have 60, 70 people in my class, just blast the music, have a great time, and just totally kick some serious tail, and I absolutely loved it. But he really opened the door to this whole world of being an entrepreneur and owning your own business. So together we own $2 million businesses, both in the health and fitness, personal training arena. And about 8 years ago, we got into network marketing, and I had actually grown up around network marketing because my mom started in Shackley. Some of you guys may have heard of Shackley when I was 2 years old, and I was pretty much her poster child. I was her Shackley child because I was not really sickly, but, just kind of, had a lot of ear infections and that kind of stuff growing up, and just this kind of skinny, scrawny kid. And evidently Shackley was just, miraculous in giving me this new, kind of health. And I was about to get tubes in my ears, and I didn't have to get tubes in my ears. So anyway, I had a great exposure to network marketing, so I thought it was pretty cool. So been in the industry for about 8 years, been a part of several different companies. A company that we were a part of about 3 years ago, we did hit the six-figure mark in less than a year with that company. So I've seen it not work, and I've seen it work extremely well. So I've definitely had experience on both ends of the spectrum in that industry. I have been really passionate about personal development for about 10 years, have read a ton of books, just really invested a lot in my own personal development. And as we go through this training tonight, you'll see how that has been a huge part of my success using social media, because it's been through that personal development and through sharing stories and my own personal growth that I have just been able to develop some tremendous relationships online. And I have been marketing online for over 2 years now. Kind of was in network marketing and saw this whole online thing going on. It looked pretty cool. And so we're going to go a little bit more into that. So why I decided to market online. We had just sold our MLM business, actually the six-figure business, which offline we can talk more about that. But basically, it was a health and nutrition company. The auto ship was very expensive. It was just a very expensive product. And so right as the recession was hitting, we really just on a week-to-week basis started to see our paycheck drop, and made a very bold decision and decided to sell the business to our sponsor. People thought we were crazy, and then about a year and a half later and said, wow, how did you even see that far ahead? So after selling that business, we decided, wow, this internet marketing thing is really cool, seemed really interesting, seemed easier than having to be out of the house. I mean, literally, my husband and I would go in 2 different directions doing parties and meetings and trainings and all that good stuff. And, you see all these stories about people growing these tremendous network marketing businesses, and it definitely seems interesting and easier. So I also wanted to make money from my PJs. I'm a very casual person, got my fuzzy socks and my PJs on right now, and I figured, well, wow, if I could really just kind of chill at home and really be home with my kids, that's really the big motivation right there. But really be able to be home with my kids, create multiple streams of income, not have to rely 100% on my network marketing company. And I figured, hey, I was online anyway, so I may as well make money from it. We're all online, checking our email, and I didn't even have a Facebook account at that point, but I was certainly online, doing Google searches or watching videos or whatever it was. So I figured, wow, this would be really cool. And then you see all the hype, and I figured, wow, well, I want to make $200 million in 4 hours too. And, that is a slight exaggeration, but I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to the fact that you come and start seeing all these videos and these capture pages and things online about people making all of this just tremendous amount of money in an extremely short period of time, and it definitely catches your interest. It makes you want to know more. So as you can see here, and a lot of you may be able to relate to this, my first 18 months, this is pretty much what I felt like not quite this bad, but it was definitely frustrating because, again, you start to watch these videos and these, quote-unquote gurus online about how they made this money so quickly, and and you really raise your expectation to think, wow, that can happen for me. I want that. And then reality hits, whether it's after a month or 2 months or 6 months or however long it takes for reality to hit, that there's definitely some marketing involved in those pitches that you're given, and it definitely requires more than what they're telling you up front. And I tell you, I really distinctly remember driving down the road when I was pretty new to marketing online, and I was following this one particular guru, and it was the type of person where you buy the $7 product, and then you buy the $27 product, and the $97, and then the $297, and the $497, and the $997 product, and I'm investing all this money, and I'm thinking, oh my God, these people, this is what they do. This is what they do. Like, I had this light bulb moment, and I thought, okay, so what they actually do is they elude to information. They kind of dangle this carrot out there to you, and then they say, I'm going to give you about 4 bites of this, but in order to get the whole shebang, you need to buy this next product. And I remember so distinctly driving down the road and thinking, wow, so I guess that's how they do it. They allude to all this information, and they continue to produce more and more expensive products, and you have to continue to spend more and more money, and do you ever really get the straight scoop? And so I invested about $5,000, and I say invest because I've certainly gotten a return on that. I've learned so much. I've been able to teach so much just by what I've learned. So it definitely was not money wasted. It was absolutely an investment. I spent countless hours listening to trainings, being on webinars like this, on conference calls, and I joined 2 of the popular lead generation systems, which again provided a ton of training. Didn't generate any leads, but I did learn a lot and made some good friendships, made some good relationships through those. And I kind of made a few measly commissions here and there. I'm talking, very, very measly. And I sponsored 1 person into my business in those first 18 months. So again, I'm kind of like this little girl going, what is going on? But, and this is a big but, what I realized was that I was able to create a great following by doing some key things consistently, okay? And this is a very important word here, consistently. I just said, hey, I really just genuinely enjoyed spending time on Facebook. You know how it kind of has that addictive quality to it, and you just really want to spend all day there and see what people are doing, and if you post something, see how people are commenting and interact with them and things like that. So I just really, really enjoyed it. So I figured out kind of these key things, or I started to figure out these key things that led me to now being able to do the following: being a top recruiter in my current business, having amazing relationships with people I have met on Facebook, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later and share more about that, generate multiple streams of income, and that was a big learning process too, and I'll share that with you as well. I've now been able to be a guest on other training webinars, which is really cool to actually be invited and say, hey, we're doing this Facebook training and we would love for you to come and speak on it. Those are awesome. And actually have the opportunity to create joint ventures with other leaders. So as much as I went through that frustrating time, some really, really amazing things came out of it. So here's what I did as I really started to step back and evaluate things. I narrowed it down to these 8 key things that got me any results. And as you can see, I have this big disclaimer here, okay? And this is my little fine print. I'm not saying these are the only 8 things that work. I am simply pointing out what worked for me, okay? Very, very important. I want to make that very clear. And that's something else. I think people do these webinars and host these webinars and say this is absolutely the way to do it. And you know what, guys? There is no one right way to do it. It really is about finding what works for you And we'll go into that more as we go. But like I said, these are some things that I really started to realize and evaluate and quantify as things that were really getting me results. And these 8 things are really understanding personal branding, creating a Facebook profile to really represent that brand, so it's really in alignment with this brand that I want to create for myself, marketing on Facebook the right way, which is huge, huge. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Building relationships, which is absolutely my favorite thing to do online in the entire world. Contacting my relationships, really learning how to do that. And you know, I wasn't taught so many of these things. These are things that I figured out, and I was like, wow, they really, really work. Having a blog, we'll talk about that. I know blog is a 4-letter word to a lot of people, and it's very intimidating, but we're going to touch on that tonight too. Building a list. And for me, when I was going through these trainings, I had this one tunnel vision idea of what a list was, and I'm going to share with you tonight, a list is more than what you may be thinking it is or what you may have learned that it is to this point. And then also, if you guys know me at all, you know that I absolutely love video marketing. So, oops, let me click here. So what I want to do now is I want to break down each of these 8 components for you and just discuss each of them briefly. So personal branding, this is huge because when you start to come online, what a lot of people do, and this, I'm not saying this doesn't work again, but you start to market online and you're following a certain guru, you know, that's just a common word out there, is this kind of guru personality, and they teach you to represent yourself as someone that's making a ton of money online, that is absolutely having 100% success, that is a full-time entrepreneur, whether you are or not, that is killing it in your network marketing business, whether you have sponsored anybody or not, and the list goes on, and it really is creating this false brand for yourself, this false representation of who you really are, and you end up kind of living in this just false reality. And I did that too, and it becomes just really, you kind of become disillusioned, and other people become disillusioned about you, and it gets very disappointing because you present yourself as someone that you absolutely are not, so there's no authenticity in your online efforts, absolutely not. And so the return that you get on being completely not authentic is not going to be very good. I'm just going to put it out there. So personal branding is really kind of combining who you are with who you are becoming. So, you know, say you haven't sponsored anybody into your network marketing business, and you haven't generated a dime online, and you haven't really built any relationships using social media, then you want to put out there who you are and speak about who you're becoming. So what I mean by that is who you are. What do you like? What are your hobbies? What are you passionate about? What do you enjoy doing? And combine that with what you are working on. You know, share with people things that are working for you. Share with people key relationships that you have with leaders. Share with people things that you're learning. So it's a combination of who you are with who you are becoming, but it absolutely is not creating this just completely false identity about yourself and really trying to become somebody else. That's absolutely not it at all. And one thing that I think is a light bulb for people sometimes is, you know, you're taught to be a leader, be a leader, be a leader online. And what I've learned and what I've taught people that really works is that being a leader can be being associated with leaders. Because people decide to come online, people decide to market online, and they want to follow people that know what they're doing. So if you're still learning, but you are associated with people that do know what they're doing, then guess what? People are going to want to be in a relationship with you because you can teach them what you are learning from this person, and you can probably get them a little closer to this person. And they understand that ultimately that is what they need. They are looking for leadership. They're looking for people to tell them what to do. So if you're still in this learning process, then just, first of all, teach what you're learning. And second of all, let people know that, hey, I'm connected with this great person. I'm learning so much from this person, and I really recommend that you lock arms with this person. And people will really, really appreciate that and look to you as the person that led them there. And that is a leader. So like I said, it's really sharing what you are really about. What do you enjoy? And I know for me, I'll talk more about personal growth and things like that, but I went through a very long period in my life where I didn't really know what that is. I didn't really know what I was about. I didn't really know what I enjoyed. I was this mom, and I was really busy, and I was in network marketing, but as far as really getting to the core of who I was and what I was about, that was a process. So I'm going to share with you how sharing that process is a really, really great thing to do too. So I want to start to talk about your Facebook profile and how you want to use that to represent your brand. So I just kind of did some screenshots here. This is my profile page, my info page, and my photos. Cindy's silly face right there. But you want to be who you really are. You want to be who you really are. And if you enjoy skiing, if you enjoy cooking, if you enjoy yoga, whatever it is that you really enjoy, those are the things that you want to share. Because here's the deal. As you start to grow and develop relationships with people, you want to grow and develop relationships with people that you have things in common with. And that is one of the beauties and the true powers of connecting with people online, is that you're going to connect with people that you probably don't have in your neighborhood, that you probably don't have on your job, that you probably don't have in your family, that really have a lot of similar interests that you do. So the more you share your interests and your passions, you're going to connect with people that are like-minded. And guess what? When you connect with like-minded people, you're going to develop some pretty phenomenal relationships because things are just going to click. You know how you meet people and you just click with them? That's what happens when you share who you really are. And even if you're still kind of figuring that out, share that too, and you're going to connect with people that are where you're at, and you'll be able to relate on that level too. So it's really a win-win. And here's a couple things. You really always want to be positive, because I'm a big believer in the law of attraction, and I have lived and seen the fact that you get back what you put out. So if you're constantly putting up posts about, I woke up with a headache, or oh, I'm sick again, or oh my God, I got in a car accident, and da, 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 you are going to attract those kinds of people. Now, if you want to create relationships with those kinds of people, that's up to you. But, you got to think also that whoever you're creating relationships with, ultimately, those are people that can join your business. Those are people that you can do a partnership with. Those are people that you are going to be connected to. So you got to really ask yourself, do I want to bring negative people into my business? Do I want to partner with negative people? Do I want to create relationships with negative people? So it's not about being phony and pretending that, life is a box of chocolates all the time, but it is about being very selective about how you communicate things. You could have had the crappiest day ever, but if you find one victory in that crappy day and you say, hey, I had a crappy day, but this is something that I realized in this crappy day, guess what? You're going to connect with other people that think the way you do. And the more you communicate that, the more, this is funny, the more you communicate that, the more you start to really think that and believe that. Okay? And we're going to talk a lot more about belief. But something else, too, is to speak your mind. Don't be afraid to be a little bit controversial. Don't be afraid to share your really deep thoughts about something. Like, you know, obviously I talk a lot about my kids because I have a lot of them. And I get some of the best feedback when I share, you know, either a parenting thing that I did, or like last year, I'll just give an example. Last year, my kids were playing with some friends, some neighbors that lived up the street, and, you know, they were new to the neighborhood, so we were the house that all the kids would come over, and just very open door policy. And I noticed that these kids, it was 3 kids, and I noticed the way they related to each other, these brothers and sisters, was just very negative. They were just constantly putting each other down, being mean to each other, secrets, lies, I mean, all these different things. And I kind of let it go and just was teaching my kids, you know, certain things to listen to and certain things not to listen to. But as I really started to evaluate some things that my kids were taking on, and they just weren't really quite old enough to make those types of decisions, I decided, you know what, it's time for me to step in as the parent, as the adult, and recognize the fact that I need to make a decision for my kids. And I ended up having a conversation with this mother and explaining, I mean, a couple of like really crazy things went down. And so that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, and I ended up calling this mom and saying, you know what, my kids are not going to play with your kids anymore. And I explained some things that had happened, and it didn't go over very well, but I shared that on Facebook. I was like, hey, this is what I did, and I got a really great response to it. So just little things that you share, you're going to connect with people. They're going to see the type of person that you are. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on about that, but these are just a couple of key things that I wanted to share and why I showed these screenshots, and we are going to actually go to Facebook in a little bit, and I want to show you some particular things. But, your profile picture is very important. You want to look friendly. You want people to really be able to see your face. This area is very important. This is kind of like the cliff notes of who you are, and it's after your picture. It's the next thing that people look at. And you don't want to have this area full of like 20 links to all of your different companies that you're a part of. Maybe just one to your blog, something like that. Keep it really simple. And over here, this info page, share something about yourself, because that's the next place people are going to go. They're going to want to go and read a little bit more about you. So you don't have to put your whole biography on there, but share enough that people can kind of get an idea of what you're about. And then pictures are extremely important. People are going to look at your pictures. So, I obviously love my kids, so I share a lot of pictures about my kids. But whatever you're interested, just really share things about that. So we are going to go on. I could seriously go on and on about that. Okay, Facebook marketing. This is a good one here too. As you can see, I put, cheesy used car salesman guy, this whole begging thing, and something that I'm sure you've seen on Facebook and you may be guilty of, and so I'm just going to talk about it here. And it's just a learning process. You've got to understand that Facebook marketing is all about connecting with like-minded people, like I said. It is not about forcing your business on people or begging people to join your business, okay? I'll sum this up really quickly. Again, I could talk for an hour on this alone, but when you just go and constantly promote your business and, share all of the hype that some of these companies tell you to share about pre-launch and timing and, free to join and make $15,000 in 5 days and all this garbage, which is really what it is, two things are going to happen. Either A, nobody is going to join your business, or B, the people that do join your business are going to do nothing. Guaranteed. I can absolutely guarantee that. So that is really not what Facebook marketing is about. And that's not even marketing at all. That's just straight up, spamming and begging. So you really, really don't want to do that. What Facebook marketing is about, it is about using Facebook to connect with people, like I said, connecting with like-minded people, positive people, people that are looking for what you are a part of. And it's not about staying on Facebook. Facebook is a tool. Facebook is a platform. Facebook is a way for you to connect with people that you will not meet at your job. You will not meet at your school. You will not meet at church. You will not meet anywhere. You will not meet in your family. It is about using a platform where you can meet millions and millions and millions of people that are like-minded and looking for what you are a part of. And then, guess what? You get off of Facebook and talk to them, okay? It is not about just sending messages back and forth or going back and forth about comments and, okay, I'll send you an email and, all these different things that are strictly online. In order to really develop a relationship with people, you want to hear their voice. You want them to hear your voice. You may find people in your local area. You get together with them. You have coffee, okay? It is about using online strategies to connect with people offline. So that is one thing that people really need to understand and that a lot of marketers are not sharing initially is that Facebook and, whatever online platform you decide to use, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever it is truly about taking them from wherever you met them and actually talking to them on the phone or through Skype or whatever it is, okay? All right. So I want to talk a minute about why a blog is important. And, tons of people do blogging webinars and seminars and trainings and all those different things. I've attended a ton of them. And what I personally realized for my blog personally, and again, you can take blogging however far you want to. You can do a ton of things with blogging. So it really just depends on where you want to put your time and focus, because here's the deal. You can't do everything. You can't be good at everything. We do not want this to be a full-time job, okay? It's going to take work. It's going to take consistency and being persistent, but it does not require, and you don't want to be behind the computer. I've done it. I mean, literally 10, 12 hours a day, driving myself crazy, feeling like I have to do everything that's being taught. I have to do blogging. I have to do article marketing. I have to do pay-per-click. I have to do SEO. I have to do all of these things to be successful online. It is truly about finding those couple of things that you really love, and that's what I'm sharing here. I'm sharing the handful of things that I found that I personally just truly love and enjoy, and we'll talk about that in a minute too. So why a blog? A blog is really a home to send people to. This one training that I invested in was about $2,500, and they taught a blog and blogging and social media really as like this whole party principle. And summing it up, it was the fact that, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and all these different places are the party. And you know how you go to a party and you say hi to people and you get to know them, and if you really develop a relationship with people, then you may invite them over to your house for dinner, for a cookout, or whatever. Well, that's what your blog is. It's kind of a home where you invite people back to. And it's kind of a one-stop shop where people can learn more about you, learn more about your business. Maybe you have a mentoring program that you offer, some coaching or whatever it is. And it's really just kind of a place where people can go to. And also what it does for you as far as your branding goes is it just creates credibility. For newer people coming online, if they see someone with a nice looking blog, they're like, wow, you know, how'd you do that? And that's pretty impressive. And it kind of puts you on another level. So again, you know, it's a home to send people to. It's a culmination of what you are about. It's a way to generate a list. I'm sure you guys have heard about that, you know, having an opt-in on your blog. And there's all kinds of things that you can give away. You can give away an ebook. You can give away a training. You can just say, hey, subscribe, and whenever I put out a new post or a new video, you'll get alerted of it. Again, you know, I can go on and on about list building and things like that, but one thing that I just wanted to touch on is that a lot of marketers out there talk about you have to have a blog and you have to build your list this way, okay? This is one way that you can build your list, and I'll wait because we're going to talk about that in a minute. But you can write or do videos. I do not like to type. I type like maybe 20 words a minute. I'm horrible. I'm a total, you know, look at the keys kind of girl. And so my blog, I do videos. I'll type maybe a paragraph, maybe. I mean, normally like 3 or 4 sentences, and then I'll stick a video in there. So a lot of times people are hesitant to start a blog because they're like, oh gosh, I'm not a good writer, and you know, you feel like you got to do these whole long posts. You can write or do videos. And like I said, it just kind of gives the impression to people when they come and check it out that you got it going on. So it doesn't need to be complicated. I really, really encourage that it does not become like this all-consuming thing. If you decide to do one, maybe spend, you know, a couple hours on a Saturday working on it, or, you know, maybe spend 30 minutes a day working on it. But I know for me, I spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on this blog. And then I realized, wow, this is like one little component of what I do. And, you know, I'll add things to here maybe once a week, but I'm literally here, I mean, I don't know, 30 minutes a week. Really, really not a lot of time. So I just want to really encourage you that I think it's a great thing to have, but I also encourage you to not have it be this all-consuming thing unless you say, wow, I want to become a blogger, okay, which you can absolutely do. Again, it's just focusing on those things that you really enjoy. So I want to get into a little bit about list building here and just share with you that there are multiple ways to create a list. And I just did some screenshots here. This is actually, you know, this recent video that I put out, this page promoting this webinar, you know, just kind of a screenshot of a little part of my Gmail account and the people opted in. This is an email list, okay? An email list can come from your blog. It can come from like a capture page where a lot of you guys came and opted in for this webinar. It can come from different things, but when most people refer to a list, this is the list that they're talking about. They're referring to an email list. They're referring to something where you offered something, people provided their name and email, and now you have them in some sort of autoresponder list. And you have emails going out to them, and you're staying in communication with them and things like that. So typically when people talk about a list, it's this, okay? I want to tell you that your list is not just in your inbox. It's great. It's phenomenal, okay? It's phenomenal. But you can also generate a list a couple of different ways. And I know one of the gurus out there has a newer product, and it's talking about how you can get, you know, 50 to 100 leads a day, or build your list by 50 to 100 leads on Facebook. Here's the deal. Your friends on your Facebook account, or in a group you've created, or on your fan page, or whatever it is, guess what? That's your list too. Anybody that you can get a message out to, that you can stay in communication with, that you have information about, that you have the liberty to communicate with them, that is considered your list as well. So we're talking your Facebook list, and if you use YouTube at all, which we're going to talk about video here in a little bit, your subscribers and your friends on YouTube are also your list. You can communicate to them. You can send messages to them. So here's another one too. Your phone is your list. The few slides back where I was talking about the fact that Facebook is used as a platform to ultimately really have face-to-face or phone communication with that person, my cell phone is one of the most valuable lists that I have. It's really the most valuable list that I have because every key relationship that I have made on Facebook, I have their phone number. And I would much rather connect with them call them or text them or send them a voicemail or whatever it is, and it's way more effective than any email autoresponder that I could send, any Facebook message, or any YouTube video that I could put out. My phone and your phone is a tremendously valuable list. So what I do is my ultimate goal is to create a relationship with a person and ask for their phone number and say, hey, I'll just be honest with them. Maybe I'm in a Facebook chat with them and we're going back and forth for a while, and I'm like, I tell you what, I love chatting with you, but I hate typing, so I'd love to connect with you tomorrow. Can I get your phone number? What do you think they're going to say? You've already been chatting with them. You've already built a relationship with them. You've already realized that you have things in common. You enjoy communicating with each other. You're going to get their phone number. And guess what? When you get on the phone with them, that energy that comes through your voice and that can be communicated through the phone is just going to build your relationship even more. Okay? You'll hear my kids in the background. You'll hear them getting off the bus and into the car and like all the craziness going on. I mean, it will create more of a relationship than any email that I could ever send. Okay? So that is so important, and nobody's talking about it out there. So I had to put that out there, all right? Okay, so moving on. As you can see, I need somebody to pull me off over here. All right. Woo! Video marketing. Here we go, boys and girls. Again, I could spend, 2 hours talking about this alone, but I want to just touch on it, share some key things with you, because I can pretty much guarantee that 99.9% of you on this webinar, and I can see who's on here, and I can tell you that when we really connected was through a video that I did. And I tell you what, do me this, because I just want to get a kick out of it. If you and I connected off of a video, put your hand up. If you see on your control panel, I want you to put your hand up and show me if you and I on Facebook connected, just, whether we just communicated or it just took our relationship to another level through a video. Yep, I mean, seriously, pretty much everybody's hand is going up. So video marketing is so huge. It is so huge. And the only thing I have to say about it here is there is no other way to connect with people like you can in video. So actually what I want to do here is I am going to get out of this for a second, and I want to just go to my Facebook videos for a second and just show you the power. And I'm going to put this disclaimer out there, because don't listen to this and freak out and think, I will never make a video. I don't know what I'm doing. It scares the hell out of me. Just don't even think that. Keep your mind open, because I'm going to talk to you more about that in a minute. But I just want to share with you, and a lot of you guys have witnessed this, but I just really want to show you what can happen, okay? What can happen and the connections that can be made through a video. So as you can see, I have, geez Louise, I have 102 videos, okay? And so I'm just going to pick one here. This is actually I made this video because someone like totally spammed me in my inbox and didn't know the person, and they sent me, you know how sometimes you get those paragraphs in your inbox where you've never seen the person in your life, it's not even a hi, how are you, and they're just totally like, you know, going on and on about their business and dropping like 5 links in your inbox and go and check it out. Okay, so I basically, in a nice way, you know, I'm nice, in a very nice way, like totally called this dude out and got a great response just to the post, and someone suggested, why don't you make a video about it? So, you know, hello, like that was really twisting my arm. So I made a video about it. So as you can see, like totally in my sweats, hair in a ponytail. I didn't even realize, like, check out all the frizzies I have. Okay, like threw some makeup on. Okay, so, and I decided to respond. I said, here's the post I'm referring to. I shared, actually, you know, the post that he sent me, the response that I gave him, which was, I do not recall asking what you do. If you ever want help with how to market on Facebook, let me know. See, I was nice. So throw this video out there and look, okay, you know, got some thumbs up here. Look at the comments, and not just like great video. I mean, look at the comments and the feedback that I get from this video. Okay? Yes, I'm still going. Okay? This is one video, guys. Okay? Tell me that I could have done a post about that same thing, and I did do a post. I think I got, you know, maybe 8 to 10 comments, something like that. But, you know, you just don't get a response like that unless you do a video. So there's another one in particular I wanted to show you. Let me go through all these pages here. Oh, that was a good one too. See, even my son does videos. My kids have a business. We did video marketing for that. There's one I wanted to share with you that, here it is. This was a video that I made. I shared some things that went down with my dad. As some of you guys know, my mom passed away in May. It really caused some things to go down with my dad. And I shared this. You know, I really shared like this gut-wrenching moment as I'm driving down the road. Okay, I'm just, you know, set up my little flip cam, driving down the road, decide to share this story about what went on, and it was really, you know, about toxic relationships and what I realized about toxic relationships. And so, you know, got a bunch of thumbs up here. And again, you know, thank you so much for speaking from the heart. You know, I'm so moved, so blown away by your courage and your willingness to be raw and open with your life. Janine, that is why I love you, and I think you're a great mentor. You know, you speak on life situations that most people are afraid to acknowledge because they will be judged and or not accepted by others. Alyse, Jackie, Terry, Stefan, Brooke, my husband, Susan, Sue, Jason, Scott, Chris, Cher, Jomo, Kristen, Tanya again, Teresa, Robin, Danielle, Joseph, Dale, Daisy, Thomas, Tony, and Melissa. Okay? That is incredible. I mean, that is incredible. And like you see, it's not just like this one-liner. I mean, people are really relating with this video. They're sharing. Okay? They're sharing how they can relate to this video. And that is what is going to grow relationships. You know, about 6 years ago, my eyes were opened, you know, dealing with this for the past 6 years. People are relating to you, okay? So video marketing is simply about, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my slides here because I just want to share with you, go back in slide mode here. Da-da-da. Oh, shoot. Don't you hate that? All right, let me get back to that slide. It is truly about, you know, just, first of all, it's not about being perfect, okay? It's not about getting your hair just right. It's not about, having a script. It's not about doing it 50 times until you don't say, it's not about any of those things. It is about being you and sharing from your heart and doing it in front of a video camera, okay? And here's the deal, is that you've got to make it bigger than you. When you focus on yourself and you just kind of have this selfish mindset about video and I'm scared and I'm afraid and I'm intimidated and I'm going to look silly and I feel like I'm talking to myself, that's when you really need to move yourself out of the way and talk to the people. Reach out to the people. Put yourself in the mindset that I'm going to make this video because I want to connect with somebody. Even if you connect with one person, that one person is somebody that you would not have connected with if you had not made this video. Okay? So there are simple ways to get started using video. You can talk about being afraid to make a video. Okay? I have someone that I've coached, Dominic. And I remember he was so afraid. He's in Canada, so we were Skyping back and forth, and I challenged him to make a video. He was scared out of his mind. I mean, scared out of his mind. And we were just, we had this great relationship about personal development, and I was like, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. If you guys have seen a YouTube video that I did last year, it's actually the static video on my YouTube channel. It talks about fear, or no, it talks about failure. And, fear and failure kind of go hand in hand, but you really, really need to move yourself out of the way, okay? Fear, I always love the acronym, is false evidence appearing real. So the more you fear video, it's not even true. It's these things and these beliefs that you have in your mind that are not even true. They're based on feelings, they're based on insecurities, they're based on all these emotions that, if you've read The Secret at all, are not empowering or positive emotions. So talk, in that first video, you can talk about, oh my God, I'm so afraid to make this video. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but my friend challenged me to make a video, so here I am. And you know what? People will probably respond to that tremendously, because guess what? Millions and gazillions of other people are very intimidated to make a video. So people will relate to you about that, okay? So then, talk about something you love. Talk about your dogs. Talk about going skiing. Talk about a song that you listen to that really inspired you. Talk about a show that you watch. Talk about things that you see that you want to create positive change about. Teach people something. You can take one little nugget that you've gotten from this webinar and go and make a video about it and teach somebody something. Or you don't even have to put yourself on camera. There's a way that you can, capture your screen. You can go to JING, and it's actually this free way. You can make a 5-minute video. You can capture something on your screen. You can show anything on your screen, whatever it is, and just talk for a couple of minutes. You don't even have to be on the video, and share something that you love. Share something about something that you learned. Make people laugh. Take videos of your kids maybe to start off with, and you talking in the background. Inspire people. I love this. And here's the deal. You don't have to be some life coach. You don't have to be some personal development trainer to inspire people. Sharing from your heart, sharing personal victories that you've had in your life, sharing a perspective that has really enlightened you and really allowed you to see things differently. Just sharing those things is going to inspire people. And guess what? People love to be inspired, and people will want to hear more of what you have to say if you inspire them one time. Okay? Videos are extremely, extremely powerful. So just get over your fears. If it's something you want to talk to me about, I tell you what, you can make a video and, just let me see it, whatever it is, and say, what do you think about this? I've had tons of people do that. But again, I could go on and on and on and on and on. I could have a 2-hour webinar just about this, but I just really wanted to put it out there because, for me, social media marketing is truly about creating relationships with people. And if I have seen something that is just quantifiably the most powerful way that I have created relationships with people, then, that's what it's about. So now the mother load, and I know we've been here for about an hour. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but I really, really encourage you to hang on because, first of all, I still have some amazing things to share, but this is seriously the mother load, and this is the real light bulb moment that completely changed my online marketing results. And it was this, is that when you change your perspective from just marketing online and just doing all of these how-tos to really digging deep, and this is a process, but really allowing yourself to start to dig deep into, why do I want to do this? What is it about this whole online marketing thing that I want to have success with? And it may start out as, I want to make money, or I want to grow my business, and, certain things like that. For me, I'm going to share what really, really changed it for me is that, when I got to a point where I realized that I've been successful, I've done a lot of things successfully, but a lot of those things I was tied into Eric somehow. And I came to a point where, I'm going through this personal development process, and, video again did it for me. I was like, wow, I can really inspire people. I can really change people's lives. So I just really started to dig deep with that. And very recently, I've had these light bulb moments, but very recently I had probably, the biggest light bulb moment. And I shared online too, a couple months ago, I really went through just some times that were, I say challenging, but the way I saw it is that it was just a really huge transformation process. And I made this video where I shared, and I'll share with you here, that if I'm really into butterflies, and I learned a story about butterflies several years ago that completely changed my life, and it's the fact that when a caterpillar goes from a caterpillar to a butterfly, it goes through that cocoon stage, and it's growing and transforming in that cocoon. And right before it's about to burst out of that cocoon, it's wiggling around and it's very uncomfortable and it wants to spread its wings. But, during that transformation process, obviously a lot of changes are going on, and there's also a lot of discomfort as well. Well, science has shown that if you cut open that cocoon thinking, wow, I'd really love to stop this butterfly struggle and just set it free, that the butterfly actually dies. And so while I was going through this transformation process and just crying a lot and, just like, I just want to get out of this, feeling like it was this midlife crisis, I trusted in the process, and I knew that, nobody can really save me from this situation. I did absolutely reach out to people that I knew would remind me that it is a process, but I came out of it, really with my wings just spread even further. And it really allowed me to have an even higher perspective on my life. You constantly rise and rise and rise to these higher and higher perspectives of your life, and it allows you to see more and more. Imagine the view from the ground, and then imagine the view in an airplane, and you're able to just see more of what's around you. So it's the same thing with personal growth, is that it just changes your perspective to be able to see more. And what I realized is that it was time for me to really, really prove something to myself. and know that this is something that absolutely I created completely on my own. You know, I created partnerships, but it was just a big light bulb that it can't just be about doing things. It has to be about why you're doing it and why you want to have success doing these things online and why you want to get results and why you want to teach people to do the same thing. And it's got to be bigger than you. But it also needs to be true to you. Okay, so I know that may be kind of a lot to wrap your head around, but I really, really encourage you to be true to yourself when you are online. And the more you share this truth about yourself, the deeper the relationships that you are going to develop. Okay, and that's going to show up in your business. That's going to show up in your bank account. That's going to show up in a lot of different ways that it may not be how you started. You know, it may not be the initial reason why you started to market online. So I really just wanted to share that with you. So, you know, basically what I'm saying is the key ingredient here, and I love this quote I found, one person with a belief is equal to a force of 99 who only have interest. So that's what I'm saying, is that we decide to market online because we're interested, but when you truly start to believe why you're doing it, that's when you're going to get results. So I truly started having success when I took all that I knew, you know, all this knowledge, all this information, and narrowed it down to the key things I truly enjoyed. You know, I enjoy Facebook. I enjoy video. I enjoy, you know, having a cool looking blog. Connecting with people that I could truly relate to, not just people that I thought would join my business, not just people that I thought, you know, that were interested in network marketing, truly connecting with people that I could truly relate to, mixed with a lot of authenticity, you know, really, really keeping it real. And finally, stop hoping, stop being interested, and start believing. Start to really take it to a deeper level and believing in why you are doing this and why you are investing this time behind the computer or on your phone or wherever you're using these social media platforms, okay? So that is really, you know, this key ingredient that I found that really, truly changed it for me. And this is kind of, you know, how I was able to sum it up. So here's the deal, guys. Now what, okay? We've been here for right about an hour, and you can take this information and you can certainly, you know, take these nuggets and do a lot with it. But I want to help you. You know, this is something that I've been asked to do. I didn't put the time into doing just because you know, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to, you know, to really put it all together. But I decided that, you know, I know a lot of people wanted 2010 to be different, and I think there's really this buzz over the fact that, you know, 2011, you know, we kind of took 2010 to kind of figure stuff out, but now 2011 is really, really the year to actually get results, to actually be able to take what you've learned and make something out of it. You know, you have this clay and you've kind of been chipping away at something, but 2011 is really the year to create something beautiful, to really create a masterpiece for yourself. So I decided that I will be working with a small group of 15 people through a 6-week coaching and mentoring program. And I'm really looking forward to this. And, you know, like I said, people have been requesting that I do this, and I'm like, you know, it's time. So here's the deal, guys. I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm going to be putting into this. And, you know, this is real results coaching. And I considered a lot about what is important that you get, what I really want to provide for you. And like I said, this is going to be a 6-week coaching and mentoring program. And it's going to for one, be 6 weekly webinar trainings that you will have exclusive access to. You will be the only ones that have access to it. And I want to teach you the following. Everything that we talked about tonight, we're going to spend, very concentrated time talking about all of those things. Understanding personal branding. Creating a strong brand for yourself will develop the know, like, and trust factor, which is going to have people buying from you and or joining your business. Like I said in the video that you guys opted in to come into this training, we want to make money, okay? So, that will come down to people needing to know, like, and trust you, okay? So secondly, Facebook profile to represent your brand. Like I said, I could go on and on about this. If this is not strong, you will not attract the type of people you want in your business, and no one will ask you what you do. You want them asking you what you do. Also, marketing on Facebook the right way. The last thing you want is to be known as a spammer, one of those used car guys, and someone that is desperate. Marketing the right way is how you will attract true leaders, and that's ultimately who you want in your business. Building relationships and how to contact them. And, it's important for you to have real stability in your business, and you want the foundation to be built on relationships. People in my business, a lot of them are on this call tonight, and I'm actually going to open up the line in a few seconds, guys. So the couple of you that I asked to speak tonight, just be ready because I'm going to unmute you in a minute. But, I know that, that they're going to be a part of my business. And I'm going to love on them, and they're going to love on me. And it's literally this brother-sister relationship that we're going to be connected forever. How to set up and use a blog. This is typically very overwhelming, but can be done very simply. And I'm going to show you how to do it and just keep it really simple, not overcomplicated. There are plenty of strictly blogging trainings out there. If you want to be a blogger, you can do that. But I want to just have something really simple. Build a list through multiple methods. Like I said, your list is not just opt-ins on your blog. It is key relationships and contacts in multiple platforms. Your phone, your Facebook friends, all those different things. Why and how to use video marketing effectively. Like I said, this is consistently a game changer. Consistently a game changer. And also, this is kind of, goes along with that mother lode and that light bulb moment, but how you get to why you truly want to market online. If your beliefs about yourself and why you are doing what you are doing are off, then you will not get results, okay? So I have more to share with you, but I did want to take just a minute, and I had just a couple of people that I wanted to just briefly take a minute and share. Rodrigo, it does not look like your phone is hooked up. Let's see. I'm not sure. Okay. His little icon for his phone does not look like it's on there. So, Jomo, dude, I'm going to unmute you. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you could just take a minute and if you can just talk about, how you and I developed our relationship. And then since I have you, you're also huge about video. So if you just want to take a couple of seconds also and talk about how video has changed your efforts online as well.
Okay, definitely. And by the way, Alyse, I just want to commend you on getting 30 minutes of sleep last night and having tons of energy. I don't know how you did it.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so basically we connected on Facebook, I guess, about a year ago through video. That really was what it was all about. I was really interested in the things that you were talking about, just personal development stuff, because that's what I was blogging about too. And I see the power in video marketing as well. Just in the same way that you were talking about it. because I've built incredible relationships as well doing the same thing. And the relationship that we've built together has been just absolutely incredible. And I remember the first time we got on the phone, I think it had been like 8 or 9 months since we first connected. It took 8 or 9 months for us to actually get on the phone. But then once we actually got on the phone, it felt like, we had been talking that entire time. So it's really, really powerful. And I really appreciate all the coaching that you've given me thus far, because it's really helped me, and it's just great to connect with people that are thinking and going through the same things you are, exactly like you were talking about in this webinar. And so anyone who's on this webinar and looking for a coach that really knows what to do and how to really build a brand and build relationships online, it's a no-brainer.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Jomo is totally a rock star. I mean, he is, like you said, we connected through personal development and just realized, like I said, we're just very like-minded, really on the same page. And speaking of the phone, I mean, good God, we've had some serious, like, hour, 90-minute conversations, but it's just incredible. I mean, just, Jomo's my boy. He's my brother, and, just really love him. So thank you, Jomo.
My pleasure, Alyse.
All right, Rodrigo, I see that your phone is hooked up, so I am going to just have you, if you don't mind. Rodrigo is another person that, again, connected on Facebook, have developed a tremendous brother-sister relationship with. Both Jomo and Rodrigo, we are actually, we're all business partners and created those business relationships through Facebook, through video. So, Rod Dizzle, are you there?
What up?
Oh. Rodrigo's crazy, just so you know, but we love him. And so, Rodrigo, if you could just kind of share, a little bit about our relationship and how we connected and our business partnership and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Well, I'll put it like this. I met Alyse, I would say, close to 2 years ago. I started following her and pretty much paying attention to a lot of the content, videos, and all the messages that she very professionally, obviously, was out there sharing. And last year, I had the privilege to actually really have the connection process to go a step further. We became friends. We started connecting, and on a very deep level, getting to know, each one's passion. And all I have to say to everyone who's on this call is that Alyse is, I call her like my little sister, because she
Even though I'm older
definitely
than you,
has,
I'll take it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we call each other in the morning and we're like, hey, good morning, how's your day? And the amazing part is that the connection that we have with each other, it's so deep that it almost feels like we know each other in person, and yet we have yet had the pleasure of shaking each other's hand.
Yep.
And that is the part that really amazes me, because I feel like I've known her for all my life. So for all of you guys that are out there, here's what I have to say. And I usually, always put that quote out there, but Alyse Williams, you rock. And I'm totally honored, and I feel extremely blessed to be your friend, and obviously to be now your business partner. And for all of you guys that are out there, let me just put it this way: you can't get better coaching and from anyone else. I definitely want to put that out there for you guys, because this woman rocks, and she will definitely help you get your goals accomplished with her coaching and with her inspiration of being able to do a lot, and I'm just I don't know what else to say. I'm just very thankful and grateful to be your friend, and thanks so much for all your help. And I'm pretty confident that in our current business, If it wasn't for everything that you taught me, I wouldn't be getting the results that that you and I know I've been getting. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Rodrigo. And yes, these results that he's talking about, he is actually a top, like in the top 3 of recruiters in our entire company. So, don't be fooled. Rodrigo is the deal. So, thank you, Rod. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. So as you can see, these 6 weeks, we're going to be connecting like this here every single week. And, as you can see, the value, $97 per webinar times 6, that's $582 right there. And this video training, just so you know, I am going to be packaging that down the road, and that alone, is going to be about $297. So we're at about $879 value right now. Also, what I'm going to give you is a weekly Q&A conference call. And I want to go ahead and put this out there too. I do see that people have asked questions tonight, and I absolutely want to answer those. So if you want to hang in there, I really want to answer your questions. So I just wanted to let you know I will answer those at the end, I promise, okay? But we will get on the line once a week. You will have open Q&A time. I did a training where they did that. This was my $2,500 training, and it was extremely valuable just to be able to really openly ask questions and get a direct answer. So again, you're going to get 6 of those, as you can see the value here. Also, I'm going to speak with each of you. That's why I'm keeping this very, very limited, only 15 people, because once a week I'm going to get on the phone with each of you and have an individual mindset call, because, we're all in different phases. We all have different things going on in our life. We all have different limiting beliefs. We all have different things that are really holding us back, or things that we need to talk out, or whatever it is. And, I think it's really important in order to get real results that mindset is absolutely addressed on a one-on-one basis. So you and I will speak individually once a week. So again, you can see the value of that here. And then also, like I said, I've created some tremendous partnerships with people that are seriously at the top of their game. I mean, like, seriously. So I'm also going to, throughout those 6 weeks, have additional bonus webinars with leaders in specialties including website development, blog creation, and prospecting and recruiting. I am partnered with one of the top guys in the network marketing industry that is a king rock star at phone prospecting and recruiting, and he has offered to provide a webinar for you guys. So again, we're talking total value here of about over $1,900, and again, I have invested quite a bit more than this and not really gotten this much. So again, I am limiting it to only 15 people, so I can really, really have that that one-on-one contact relationship. You and I are going to become real good friends over the next 6 weeks. So just wanted to put that out there. So I'm calling this the Social Media Results Revolution because, like I said, I really, really want 2011 to be the year where you actually see something happen, whether it's more people joining your business or having income coming in from multiple ways, creating relationships that you've only heard about till this point. And so I wanted to price it at something that was reasonable. Again, this is over a $1,900 value. So I'm pricing it at only $597. And as you can see, again, only 15 spaces available, okay? So we're actually, we're not wasting any time. We're going to actually get started this Tuesday with those weekly webinars. And And, everything will be recorded. So, if the webinar is at a time that is not convenient for you, you will be able to access it anytime. So you can be on the webinars weekly, then you'll have a chance to go through those webinars again, just to really, really solidify the information that you are learning. So I am only going to keep the doors open until Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, because, I want to know who's in. I really want to, make that initial connection with you. And, I'm really, really looking forward to this. I'm just really excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to grow tremendously in our relationship. And you're just going to be like, wow, I didn't know it was this simple. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So the link that you want to go to is budurl.com/results revolution. So budurl.com/results revolution. And I'll show you just what the page looks like so you know that you are on the right page. Let me open it up here. Oh, shoot. That's right. I had to restart my computer right before this started. Oh, I did open it up. Okay. So, so this is what the order page looks like. And, you'll see all that you're going to get here: 6 and 10 60-minute coaching webinars, real deal 6 hours of in-depth Q&A sessions, 1 weekly one-on-one personal coaching session, just learning how to create a truly compelling life story workshop, 3 quick and easy and painless techniques you can use to stir up a real live social media marketing frenzy, introduction to my key players, some of the leaders that I know, just really get you directly connected with them, proven strategies you'll use to get more responses and comments on Facebook and YouTube once you get that video thing going, methods to convert your brand, to actually be able to quantify it in the bank account, my step-by-step daily 60-minute social media blueprint so you do not have to stay behind the computer all day, and basically me in your back pocket for the next 42 days. So all you need to do is come to this site, again, budurl.com/results revolution, and this is going to take you to a PayPal page. And just so you know, I used to always think that in order to pay by PayPal, you had to have a PayPal account. You do not, okay? You can pay with any debit, credit card, whatever it is. So I really encourage you, go ahead and take advantage of this before these 15 spots are taken. And, the sooner you're in there, the sooner I can connect with you and we can really start to talk, and I can learn more about you and really what you're looking to do and some personal struggles that you've had and all that good stuff. So again, it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. So be sure to go to that site now and take advantage of that. And I wanted to share this with you because I know I sent out messages saying if you refer people to this webinar, then you have an opportunity to make $100. So I know a lot of you were like, what? Seriously, how do I do that? So here's the deal, is that what I decided to do and why oh, you're kidding me. All right, we're just going to keep it in the small mode. Why I really encourage you guys to refer people is because anybody that I see referred someone to this webinar and they join the coaching and mentoring program, when I know that you referred them, I am going to send you, once they join and their payment comes through, I am going to send you $100 to your PayPal account. Sweet, right? No, seriously, okay? So anyone that you referred, if they, were on this webinar and they take advantage of this coaching and mentoring program and they get one of those 15 spots, I will PayPal you $100. So if you refer, however many people you refer and they join the program, guess what? So I just really appreciate you guys. I really want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for just coming on the line, taking your time. Everybody stayed on the line, which is just so phenomenally awesome. And I really, really, really appreciate you guys. So I did want to address the questions that you have. I want to go ahead and do that. So I had several questions. I encourage you guys to just, stay on the line, hear the questions that people had. It may be a similar question that you had. And I need to make this bigger somehow. Hold on. It's like really small. Okay, hold on. There we go. People are saying, hey, drinking my wine. Okay. Amanda, good to see you. I know you haven't heard my voice in a while. Okay. Going through, this is when I was asking if you could hear me. Okay. Someone asked me, how am I able to spend all day on Facebook when I have 5 kids? Do you have your priorities straight? How do you balance it all successfully? I just don't get it. Tell it like it is. I will. And here's the deal. When I first started to market online, yes, I was on the computer or on my phone all day long. And I didn't have my priorities straight. I felt like from what I was learning, there was so much to do, because the training that I was a part of, it was about article marketing and pay-per-click and blogging and video and all these different things, and I felt like I had to do them all. And so I just killed myself and, was not the best mom in the world, did not spend enough time off of the computer because I felt like I had to do everything. And that's another reason why I was really inspired to share what I've learned over the last 2+ years, is that I have literally talked to hundreds of people that felt the same way or that are currently feeling the same way. And it's very important to me that people understand that it does not have to be like that. You do not have to be behind the computer all day. You do not have to sacrifice your key relationships in order to be successful online, to get results. And so, yeah, I was doing it all wrong, and that's exactly why I decided to put this this coaching and mentoring program together. So I appreciate you asking that question. Yeah, false gurus abound. So tired of the BS. Yeah, I'm with you. And again, that's why it was really important for me to put this together, because people put out all this hype, make $1 million in 2 hours. And it really does raise people's expectations to a level where it's just not reality. And I think people are really starting to come to realize that it is a bunch of BS, and they're looking for something more. They're looking for something more authentic. And so again, I didn't really see anybody else out there doing it. So I decided it was time to put something together. So again, that's exactly what inspired this coaching and mentoring program. So thank you again for that question. Interesting. How do you deal with the dangers of Facebook and it kind of endangering my relationship with my husband, because there are, some kind of creepy people out there, and people want to stroke your egos. And yeah, great question. And yeah, people do try to do that. There are some creepy people out there. There are some people that do want to cross some boundaries, that think, Facebook is like a pickup bar. And you know what I do is I immediately block those people. I'm not looking for that. That is not what I came on Facebook to do. That is not what I came on YouTube to do. I decided to market online to grow my relationships and grow my business. So anybody that does not fall into one of those 2 categories, I block them. and I can't see them and they can't see me, and that pretty much ends it. So whether they send me a message or whether they post something on my wall or whether they try to chat with me or whatever it is, I immediately block those people. And you can do that if you click on them and you go to their profile page and you scroll down on the bottom left of their profile page, you can say block this person, and you can even report this person. Like I've gotten some pictures in my email that were just totally, like a topless woman or something like that. And I was like, ew, why are you sending me this? And so I actually reported that person. So you do have some control like that. But yeah, I mean, they're out of there. We're not connected anymore. So I hope that helps. And that is actually, those are the questions we have. So again, that's about it, guys. Again, to really take advantage of this offer, go to budurl.com/results with an S, revolution. And I'm really excited. This is going to be tremendously awesome. And that's about it. I'm going to go through these questions one more time just to see if any other questions came through while we were talking here, while I was answering those. Let me just see here. Interesting. Law of attraction compared to law of action. I like that. That is very true. Yep. By law of attraction, I just mean that, you want to attract people that think like you do. If you're positive, you don't want to attract negative people. So, but yes, law of action is absolutely the real deal. You can't just talk about it. You got to actually do it. So, awesome. All righty. Okay, let's see. What else? Someone is totally telling me they're not enjoying the webinar, so okay. You can leave. Wow, interesting. Okay. Got a couple agreements there. All right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, anything that I shared tonight is my personal opinion. And if you don't like it, you don't need to listen to what I have to say, to be honest. So, all right. What else? I'm not sharing everything grows relationships. No, I'm not sharing everything. I'm sharing things that happen in your life that could be an inspiration or a lesson to other people. What if you're not good at reaching out to people? It's a process, that's part of what I'm going to teach you. A video camera. You mean a webcam, Teresa? As far as making videos, webcams are absolutely awesome. Absolutely, not a problem. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Love you guys. Thank you, Dimple. Great slides. Really tells the story without that much text. Yeah. Remember I told you I really don't like to type. I'm a picture and video girl. Awesome, Teresa. This is so excellent. And yes, you are the reason why I stepped out of my box to do video via computer. You inspired my creativity. Thank you, girl. Love you for that. And yes, I did see that evolution for you. That's so awesome. Thank you, Eldridge. Good to see you. Let's see. Oh, wow. Someone, Teresa also got a vision title for fan page, Extreme Life Transformation. Awesome. Yes, I'm glad God caused our paths to cross too, Teresa. Thank you for that. You're awesome. Let's see. Yes, 2011 is going to be a year of transformation. I completely believe that. Thank you, Amanda. I'm glad she had to leave, but yes, good to see you too, girl. All right, what else? What else? I still can't believe you're 40 and a mom of little munchkin entrepreneurs. Thank you. I know, I can't believe I'm 40 either. I really can't. It's like, what? You're kidding me. That's great. Great feedback. Who said that? I can't tell. Great call, Alyse. Get a coach, get a coach, get a coach. This info is spectacular and only the tip of the iceberg. Professional athletes wouldn't think about going out on the field without a coach, and we can't do this business alone either. Amen. That is so true. Yep. All right. Awesome, awesome. Oh, could you put the URL for the coaching and mentoring program up again? Yep, it's right here. I'm keeping it up. Thank you for answering me. You're welcome, Beth. Okay. All right. Let's see. What is the prime time on Facebook to build those relationships and make those connections? Great question. It's interesting because I don't know what made me do it. It was actually 2 weeks ago, and I did a Google search of prime time for like the busiest times on Facebook, and it said actually 3 p.m. was the busiest time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so I have noticed that. For me, honestly, I can't be behind the computer at 3 because I'm picking my kids up from school. So just when I'm typically, on Facebook is mid-morning while my daughter's taking a nap. So that's anywhere between 10 to 12 Eastern. And then I'll hop back on, literally for like 5 minutes here and there kind of throughout the day just to see if I need to respond to anything. And then I'll jump back on when my kids are in bed at 8 o'clock at night. So that's personally what I do because that's what works for my schedule. But I did see in Google that 3 o'clock in the afternoon, pretty much across the board every day, is a very good time. So good question. Thank you, Dimple. Thanks, Alyse. Great information. You are truly one of the most authentic people in the industry. Have a good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is my goal. You are so great for addressing even the uncomfortable questions. You officially rock in my eyes. Yeah, man. Geez, it's not all going to be, flowers. So, yeah, you're absolutely welcome. Where do you go to report inappropriate info on Facebook? There's actually, I think under account settings or somewhere you can actually report. But like I said, if it's a specific person, whether it's a message or, you can go directly to their profile, you can go to the bottom left of their profile and actually report them for either, and you get a choice, like you can either report them for spam or inappropriate behavior. There's kind of a choice of things that you can report them for. Awesome webinar. Thank you, Jomo. Amen, sister. Alyse, you rock. Thank you, Steve. If you don't like it, do your own webinar. Thank you. You are the real deal. It gives you the seal of approval. Thank you. Great webinar. Love this. Few words, XXOO. Kisses and hugs to you too. Awesome. What do you suggest people that are camera shy do in regards to video marketing? And yeah, again, you can do a screen capture where you're not even really on the video, but you can teach somebody something. Teaching people is great. Like literally, even if you go to that site Jing, J-I-N-G, yes. And just, share, like you could even, look, you could do this. you could make a screen capture of showing how to report people or block people on your Facebook page and upload that. And people that don't know how to do that, they'll be like, wow, you're amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. So yeah, if you're shy and you just want to initially get into video marketing, training videos are awesome. Good question, Lawrence. Thank you. No problem. We will end the year with a bang. Absolutely, girlfriend. All right. Awesome. Let's see. Alyse, do you work with other social media sites like Twitter and LinkedIn? I do not like Twitter. I tried it. I actually have like over 4,000 followers on Twitter, but I don't like it, y'all. I really don't. It's not fun for me. I never really developed any relationships. I feel like it's just a bunch of people spamming and dropping links. I do know people, actually Lawrence that's on this webinar is phenomenal on Twitter. For me personally, I do not use it, nor do I use LinkedIn. Again, I've just learned to be really, really specific with my time and only do what I, first of all, enjoy and love, and second of all, what I've just really found what has worked for me, and that is Facebook, YouTube, and my blog. And that's enough to keep me busy. That's enough to grow my business. That's enough to grow my relationships. So that's just what works for me. Thank you, Tracy. She said, good job. Okay, someone else said, I was told 8:30 p.m. was the highest traffic on Facebook. There you go. Do you think posting videos on Facebook is beneficial for your business? Abso-freaking-lutely. I mean, without a doubt, because for me, I grow my business through my relationships, and I grow my relationships through my videos. So that's kind of the magic equation that has worked for me. So that's absolutely a yes to me. Thank you, Liz. Great job. You are truly inspiring to me. Love you, girl. Thank you. Awesome webinar. Great content. Thank you so much for sharing who you are and the knowledge you have gathered to help change lives and grow businesses. No problem. That is what I love to do. Love you too. Love you too. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Did I say I love you? Yes. You are so cute. Right. I use Twitter to get a Facebook following, not for the relationships. That's true. Like you can set up, like I have my Twitter set up so whenever someone friends me on Twitter, I have an automated response that says find me on Facebook. And so I have had people, yeah, go from Twitter to Facebook. So, yep. Good point. All right. So that is all the questions. And a lot of you guys, how do you automate? There is something called, here's the deal. You used to be able to automate like all of your messages on Twitter. You used to literally be able to say, I want these messages to go out at this time, this time, this time. And about a year and a half ago, Twitter really cracked down because there was just, it was literally, as far as I know, just completely overloading their servers. So, now, I'm sure, like I said, I don't study Twitter. I don't spend time on Twitter. I know there's something called Social Oomph, OOMPH, that I set up, like I said, like a year and a half ago that I don't even go. It's just set up to lead people to Facebook. But there's a ton of ways to automate, and honestly, I would not be the person. I would do a Google search to figure it out. But I know Social Oomph is a good stable platform that that as far as I know, is still working. Enjoyed this. I don't type either. Yay for the non-typist. Someone said tweet adder. Yeah, tweet adder. Check that out. All right. So I am not seeing any more questions come through. So look, I got to pull this slide up again. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. BudURL.com, Results Revolution, and Again, you guys, thank you so much. You are so phenomenally awesome. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And thank you for taking the time to join me. And I will talk to you soon. Stay awesome. Love you guys.